Welcome to another episode of Dynamic Diecasters, where this week we're going to continue our Ghostbusters Ecto-1 build, with this episode being stages 55 through 58. So when we come back, we'll go ahead and get started on stage 55.
If there's something strange in the neighborhood, who you gonna call?
Welcome back. Like I said before our great intro kicked down, I'll go ahead and start working on stage 55, which that stage is related to the parts for the Ecto-1's radio and handset. So I don't envision that this episode's going to take all that long actually for me to complete, because stage 55 is related to the radio and handset, and then the next two stages I believe are related to the next jump seat in the back, and then the last stage is the parts for the power control unit, as well as the base for the power distribution unit. I'm not sure if we attach everything or not, because I haven't looked into the stages at this point, but even if we do, I don't envision that they take all that long. All the part bags aren't very big, so we'll see what we get at this point. Like I said, stage 55 is really the radio and headset, so I'll go ahead and open the bags and go through all the parts, and then we'll go ahead and build that part, and then I'll show you, like I always do in every other episode, I'll show you what it looks like at completion of that stage. So, and I was hoping to actually do the modification episode before this one, but I've misplaced the mods that I needed to complete at this point. So whenever I do actually find those, I'll complete them, and that could mean me taking parts off of what I've completed in these episodes to actually complete those modifications, but we'll see how long it actually takes me to go to get through them. But first part is the AN PRC41 radio control panel. Basically the front part of the radio. It's a plastic piece, and then the second piece is the radio itself, another plastic piece. Notice a lot of the actual parts of the car are plastic, but the build of the car is metal for the most part, but I don't know if that'll continue to be the case or not. But the next piece is the handset cord, which resembles, if you guys remember, the kind of pieces that we had for the spark plug wires, and the cords related to the engine, so it's kind of the same make, just a different length. And then we've got the H33 handset, so that was the H33 handset cord, and this is the actual handset itself. And then in these baggies, one of them's got the handset receiver and the handset diaphragm in there. The diaphragm's the smaller one and the receiver's the bigger one. And then we've got two DP screws, or three DP screws, excuse me. With that, we'll go ahead and get started on this stage, and I'll show you what we did when we return. See you in a few minutes. And that's it for stage 55. I didn't think it would take very long, and it didn't. I probably was about 6 or 7 minutes of build time. Anyhow, so what I did was we built up the radio unit, which is right here, and then we attached the handset cord and the handset to it. So I assembled the phone or the handset and then attached it to this. I do know during the modifications, all of this is going to have to come out, because I will be carpeting and putting a metal grill right here for added detail. So I know this is all going to have to come out. The rest of it I'm not sure about, because I don't remember all of the mods. I do remember there was a carpet section here, but I think the other stuff I got was back panels for the seats up here. So regardless, that would have had to come out. Now we'll go ahead and move on to stage 56, which, like I said, was the beginnings of the next jump seat. So if you guys remember the jump seat I did before, or the one that I showed you just a second ago next to the radio, this is going to be almost the same exact build as that one, except I don't think it looks like it may have the support underneath, but we'll see when we get there. But I'm pretty sure it mounts on the other side, so it might be just like the last one that we did, just on the opposite side. So anyhow, I'll go ahead and I'll pull all the parts out, and then we'll go through them, and then we'll start this stage. And the seat didn't take me long last time either, so I don't think it'll take long this time either. So the first part will be the jump seat base, which is this piece right here. Then we've got the jump seat base connector. Next we've got let me open this plastic case up so we can go through these. Then we've got the jump seat support. So this is just like the other one with the support. And then we've got the let's see, the jump seat itself. We've got the jump seat sponge, and then we've got the jump seat interior. Then we've got screws. So we've got 6 EP screws, and then we've got 4 MP screws. So we'll go ahead and build this, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we get back. I believe we may be attaching it to the frame as well. So see when we get back, and I'll show you what we did. Just like I said, I didn't think that stage was going to take very long either. I think it took me 7 minutes maybe. So basically we've got the base and the support for the jump seat at this point. This piece we didn't use in this stage, so I would assume it's going to be used in the next one, because I think the next stage is finishing off the seat. So which is the second jump seat setback, which is basically right on top of this. So we'll go ahead and move on to that stage. There's 4 parts and screws on that piece of the build, so not a lot in this stage either. So this episode's going fairly fast. I think I started everything 15 minutes ago, so it could take me 30 minutes or so my time. For you guys, I'll condense it down. It'll be more like, and a lot of that's been talking, obviously, that you guys have seen. So in terms of build time, it hasn't actually been all that long. So I'll go through the parts for this stage, and then we'll start the build again. So the first part is the jump seat back frame, and then we've got the jump seat back interior, and then we've got the jump seat back sponge, and then the seat back, and then we've got screws. So we've got 6 EP screws, we've got 3 IP screws, and then we've got 4 MP screws. They always give you a bunch of spares. I've got a ton of screws left over. They're sitting over here, but from previous builds, I haven't necessarily been keeping them unless I have an issue related to the build. But with that, we'll go ahead and get started on stage 57, and when we come back, I'll show you what the completed build is as of that stage. See you in a few more minutes. Welcome back. We just finished stage 57. That took about 10 minutes. So we're sitting at about 30 minutes at this time, maybe. Total build time, including the conversations I've been having with you guys. But stage 57 was just completing the seat. So you'll see we did this part in the stage 56. We added this stage in 57 and connected it to the actual back of the Ecto-1. So this is what we look like right now. In stage 58, we're going to be dealing with the power control unit as well as the base for the power distribution unit. So we'll go ahead and move on to that, and that'll be the final stage for today. We'll end up concluding the episode, and we'll see you in the next one. But first off, we'll go through all the parts, and then I'll go ahead and build that and show you what our completed build is as of stage 58, which I'm not sure, I can't remember how many stages in total there were, but I've got to be close to halfway through this at this point. So we're getting there. I've got quite a few more boxes, so I think we might be through all the delays that came through because of COVID last year, because now it seems like I'm getting boxes, or starting to get boxes consistently. So anyways, the first part in this stage is the Martin Marietta UHF signal and power, is what they, distribution unit base is what they call it. It's funny the names that these are actually, but it's obviously what they were called. And then we've got the power control unit front. Then we've got the power control unit rear right here. And like I said previously, all of these parts seem to be plastic for all the parts and stuff in the car. It's all plastic, but like the chassis and the outer part of the vehicle seem to all be metal, including the engine. The engine was metal and it was heavy when I fully completed it. And then the next part is the power control unit body. Then we've got the power control unit top. Then we've got the power control unit cylinders right here. Then we've got the left support and the right support, which, let's see, they're labeled left and right. So this is the left one and this is the right one. And then of course we've got screws. So we've got 2 IP screws and then 8 KP screws. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and complete this stage of the build, and when we come back, I'll show you what we did, and then we'll conclude the episode for today. See you when we get back. And that's it for stage 58. So this actually didn't go on the back of the car yet. So this is the finished deal. So this is the power control unit on top of the base. So this is where we ended this stage. So that'll be separate until we actually install it in a later stage. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, we installed the seat, and then we installed the radio, and then put together the power control unit on the base of the power distribution unit. So I hope you guys liked this episode. It was very quick. I know it took me 45 minutes in total to do all 4 stages. I think that might be one of the fastest build times I've had so far. Normally they take me a little over an hour or so. I hope you guys enjoyed it, like I said. But the next episode, if I find the mods, I'm going to go ahead and work that one next. But if I don't, expect to see the continuation of the Enterprise build next week. But If you guys haven't already and you guys enjoy the content, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. Hopefully we're going to start putting more videos out that aren't just the building of the models at some point. I'm hoping to, at least. But go ahead and like and subscribe, and then go ahead and check out our Facebook page, our socials, our Twitter. We have got multiple podcasts out there as well, related to wrestling and sci-fi type stuff, and even our horror. But our most popular one right now is our true crime podcast, Morbid Instincts. So go ahead and check that out if you want. But for all of us at the Heart of Geek, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.